All right, guys, welcome to today's podcast. I am Matamba Haiti. Now, you might have known this president, or maybe in one way or the other, you know this president, or you might have seen him before. Take a look.
We come before your throne of glory this morning. In our fallings and in our risings, we look to you for deliverance, for guidance, for mercy. We look to you for your abundant blessings, that our lives may be to the signification of your glory, the uplifting of your people, and that we may be a joy and a blessing unto your world. We ask all this in your holy name, in the name of your Son and the Deliverer. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I am a doer. I am a doer unapologetically. And I must be honest, sometimes you people frustrate me. I must tell you the truth. Sometimes I get frustrated by you, public officers, with your rigidities, your routinized sluggishness, your reticence, your inability to respond instantly, decisively, boldly, objectively to pressing and trenchant problems. Because you recoil and you fall back on what has happened before, regardless of the fact that it has not worked. So sometimes I get frustrated by yourselves. You are too formal. That's why you refer to yourselves as excellencies and all these other titles. I'm just a boy. And I'm a boy to everybody. No formalities, because I want us to focus on the real issues. Appreciating that we are all subject to human frailties, foibles, and fallibilities. We know that. We're human. We're not deities. And so when we engage, we must engage alive to all these simple realities. I want to change this country spectacularly in 3 years. So I don't have 10 years. I don't have 5 years. I don't have 6 months to decide whether or not and go to court. No, I don't have that time. People yourselves need accommodation. And if I'm going to submit myself to a process that will take me 10 years to deliver accommodation to you, then I would have failed you, and failed you spectacularly. So what do? We need to ensure that there's transparency, there's openness, there's accountability in each and every process that we undertake. No doubt, that is not negotiable, and that there is no corruption.
Now, this is the president of Botswana. He's called Dumaboko, one of the best presidents in Africa currently, one of the best presidents existing in Africa. I love this president with a few things. He's a president, number one, who is very much bold and fearless. He doesn't fear speaking. He says things as they are. He calls problems out the way they are, calling a spade and not a big spoon. That is one thing I love about him. He doesn't know how to make people happy even when they are wrong or something like that. Whenever people make a mistake, he calls them out and addresses them at on the spot. That is one thing I really love about him. I also love his boldness and fearlessness. He speaks things the way they are. He condemns bad the way he's supposed to be doing, and that one makes him one of the very best presidents in Africa. We know that in Africa we have presidents who do not know, and they don't always want to call the wrong out. They keep and try to hide wrongs because they want to make other people happy, or they want to make the people who are in their government happy, especially if they are doing corruption together. They won't call out wrong because they are also part of the wrong, or they are the leaders of the wrong. Now, this president is surprising many people, and I did this video because I came across a video where, I came across an information where the president of Tanzania is in hiding. She's nowhere to be seen. She was announced the president, and right now she's hiding. And I decided, let me do this video. What is it that can make a president hide or a president not come in public? Yeah, the only thing that can make a president hide or not come in public is the fact that a president really fears the people, because she is not doing right. She is not really doing things the way the people want him to do, and therefore she fears the people. She can't even come out to public because she fears people will condemn her, or people will be able to call her out or something like that. And that could be the reason as to why Samia Suluhu Hassan is hiding. Many African presidents, they don't always go out to public. They would always go out to public with security, and maybe when they're having rallies, they know there's a lot of people there and there's security there, and that one becomes a very, very, very that one is a very obvious reason as to why they come out, but many a times they won't even try to associate themselves with people. Why? Because they know very well we are not doing right, and people out there, they hate us. Anything can happen to us. For example, right now, let's assume Kasongo is out there in public. He's trying to address, to walk around, and he's just alone, and he's just doing his own things. Do you think that one can be possible? It cannot be possible, because he has a lot of enemies, And I always say that the president should be, and he's supposed to be, a friend to the people. And that is why a president needs to be an independent person, where he doesn't fall on parties. He doesn't belong to any party. The moment you are announced the president of a country, you become an independent person, where you now represent every single person. You only need to go back to the things to do with parties when now the elections day are around the corner and you need to do campaigns. That is when you go back to the things to do with parties, But the presidents we're having in Africa, they are doing politics even when they are leaders, even when they're in government. They still do politics, they still campaign, they still steal from people, they still argue with people here and there, creating enmity and all that. And that is what can make them really fear to come out in public, Now, this president that I've just told you about, he's called Dumaboko. He is really amazing a lot of people, because you would see him in public. I just came across this video and I felt like this is a very wonderful video that I need to put it out here for you to really come and watch. The president is somewhere on the street, alone, no security, no anybody, just putting on casual, not even suits, just putting on casual and walking on the streets, greeting people, having some good time with people on the street, because he is a friend to the people. He is not an enemy to the people, and people are not enemies to him, because these same people are the people who voted him into the government. Just take a look at this video.
That's my boy. My president. Thank you. Hello. Bella, we salute. Hello. Hello.
Now, the video is the president of Botswana. He's called Dumaboko. The president of Botswana loves walking on the street, loves going around the street and having conversation, associating with people, yeah, trying to talk to them and know what is really happening on the ground. That day, the president was by himself. No security, no nothing, no protocol to be followed for you to see him. He was just walking around and greeting people. And to the surprise of many people, they did not expect something like that to happen. You see someone greeting you, and then on your shock, you realize, oh, so he is the president, you know. And it is really something that we really need to emulate as African presidents, though it can only be emulated by those African presidents who are doing good to the people, not the ones who are oppressing people. Because you know, the only time and the only way you can fail and fear to go out is when you know very well you are not in good terms with the people. Because you can even go out there and people will take advantage of taking you out. And therefore, this should be a lesson that should be learned by many, many people. It should be a lesson that a lot of African presidents and Africans head of state should learn, and they should know. People are supposed to be the friends to the president, and presidents should be the friends to the people. And what can we do to ensure this one happens? Number one, corruption should come to an end. Love the people, don't steal their money, don't misuse public funds and all that. Take care of the people and protect them. Stand by them, live by them, and walk by them, because they voted for you, they chose you, and they are your friends, not your enemies. Okay? Therefore, it is important when the president associates with the people. Okay? Now, you see, if you don't do good to the people, or maybe if you're crashing with the people, you are creating enmity. It becomes very difficult for you to associate with the people, you know. But if you are a friend to the people, if you are doing good to the people, it is easy for you to associate with the people. And that one makes the president of Botswana very much exceptional. We've had it. We've seen it from Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traore goes out and he walks out. The only time President Traore, and the only reason as to why President Traore is having a lot of security is because a lot of people are looking forward to eliminate him, because many people do not want him to become the president, especially the Western powers and the foreign powers, the white man supremacists do not want him to become the president. And that is why he has to go out with a lot of security and all that, you know. Otherwise, people love him. He would be walking out, you know. The fact that we can see people on the street, they are protecting him. They are sleeping outside every single day. In all the roads that head to the State House, people sleep outside there to make sure the president is very safe. That shows love, and that shows care. That shows that people really love their president, you know. And Dumaboko does not have enemies who want to eliminate him. Maybe if somebody comes, just like what happened to President Magufuli. So the man knows very well, I have a good relationship with the people, between me and the people, and therefore I need to make sure that I am really I need to make sure that I'm working with the people and all that. It's a good move. It's a wonderful move, you know. Now, the issues of Africans heads of state hiding themselves is something we really need to do away with it. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to make sure we are doing things in the right way, is to make sure we protect the people, is to make sure we love the people and care about the people. People voted us into the government. They gave us the powers that we have. It is not powers that we have like we've looked for it by ourselves, because if it was not by the people, we would not have been there. People can decide to take us out of those places anytime. And that is why I always say we need to consider the people as our bosses and we are the servants, not we looking at our people as the servants and we are the bosses, that when we say left, they should go left. When we say right, they should go right. The democracy that is real, a true democracy, entails that people have power. But now the democracy that we were given, or the democracy that is being performed and participated in Africa, is a democracy that does not even give power to the people. It's a smoke screen of lies. There is nothing like democracy. Even in America, democracy is not there. They're just telling us we're emulating and embracing democracy, and yet there is no democracy. But if at all we have to follow democracy and what democracy really entails, then people need to have power. And by people having power, it means people should be having the power to really correct the government. Whenever the government is going in the wrong direction, people need to have power to correct the government and say, here you went wrong, you need to change. Here you went wrong, you need to change. People need to demand, they need to have rights to demand for the accountability of the government, you know. And if the government is very much unaccountable, like irresponsible, and they should be able to come out and call out the government that is irresponsible, and they have the power to replace you. That is makes them your bosses. Because whenever you want to be voted for into the government, what do? You always go back to the people and beg them and plead with them to vote for you. But tell me why you'd be going back to the people to plead with them to vote for you, yet after being voted into the throne or after coming to the government, you want to start oppressing the same people that you pleaded with them to vote for you into the government. That is insane, right? And it should change immediately. It should really change. Listen to what Traore has always said. People need to correct the government. If the government is not really doing well to the people, then the people have the power to come out and correct the government and call out the government and say, here you went wrong, here you went wrong, and therefore you need to make a change. And that is what, that is now where we'll be living in a country that is respecting the people, respecting the rights of the people and all that, you know. So Africa needs to change, and we need presidents and leaders like Dumaboko. We need presidents and leaders like Captain Ibrahim Traore. We need presidents like Abdurrahmane Chiani. We need presidents like Assimi Goita and many other presidents. There is another woman from Namibia. She's called President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, a very excellent woman. I love how she speaks. I love how she executes her mandate, and I really love how she's choosing friends wisely, you know, because she has always associated herself with President Dumaboko, and Dumaboko has been associating himself with President Captain Ibrahim Traore. And you know, when this chain keep on going, it means Africa is going to come to is going to change, and they're going to unite the whole of Africa, because Traore has been talking about uniting Africa. I saw the other time in South African countries, was it Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana, they came together and they opened their boundaries. They said, now we are going to work things together. Our people will be walking around our three countries together, like going into from Namibia to Botswana, from Botswana to Zimbabwe, from Zimbabwe to Botswana, from Botswana to Namibia, freely doing business, and there will be no visas and all that. That is how and what we need to do. Remember one thing, the boundaries we are having today in Africa were not there before. These are boundaries that were drawn during the time of the Berlin Conference in the years of 1884, when a white supremacists were trying to divide Africa, and everybody taking the portion they were taking, you know, because they were performing what we call dividing and rule. They knew the only way we can be able to defeat these people is when we divide them. That is the only way we can weaken them and win them. And after doing that, they really won us that time, yeah, until a time that a black man decided to resist and fight back. But that was the way. And therefore, if we can be able even to do away with boundaries and work as one people, unite and come together, it can be a very, very interesting thing. Therefore, the only way that one can happen is when, number one, we choose good leaders. Number two, we choose good leaders. Number two, we choose leaders that respect human rights. Number three, we choose leaders that are willing to unite Africans. And the only way you can unite Africans is when you satisfy them and make them feel like they're being led by the right people. So if you talk to them about unity, they will fall on the unity thing, and we can be able now to move forward. There should be no corruption, and if we are following the rule of democracy, it should be followed how it is supposed to be followed, not following a rule of democracy where it is helping you or it is really, let me say, favoring you, but at another point when it's not favoring you, you don't follow it. That one is what we call now hypocrisy. And therefore, the president is for the people, and people are for the president. Therefore, the president and the people should all come together, have associations, and work together, and don't fear each other. Tell me what you think on the comment section. I will do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. I am Atamba 80 from the African Streamline and this African Streamlines Roundtable. Thanks for being here and thanks for always coming here. I really do appreciate. Now, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press notification bell. Be the first person to get every news as it really comes in. I will really do appreciate when you do that. Until next episode, peace be with you.